Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Today's recipe is chicken steak with creamy mushroom sauce with white rice, mashed potatoes and vegetables. So the first thing that we will do is take 2 medium potatoes and roughly dice them up and add them into a pan with some water. You put the flame on high and you allow the potatoes to boil, and these will be used for our mashed potatoes. Next, my mum chopped some onion, garlic, carrot, red pepper, green pepper, a courgette, broccoli and mushrooms. We'll take a pan and put it on high flame, and to that we will add 2 tablespoons of sunflower oil. In the pan we will add our ginger and onion, and then we will add in the carrots and the courgette. Next go in the mushrooms and you mix that all together. After mixing for a couple of minutes we add in the broccoli and the peppers, so that's the green peppers and the red peppers. You turn the heat off once your vegetables have softened up and they don't go too soggy, and you add in a little bit of black pepper, and you need to make sure that your vegetables have not overcooked. Then you add a very little amount of salt. It needs to be very little because after adding the salt we will add in some soy sauce, which is salty anyways, so we don't want it to become too salty. The potatoes that we left on boil earlier have softened up nicely, so it is time to drain out the water. After draining the water, you begin mashing your potatoes with a fork. Next, you add in 1 tablespoon of margarine and some cheddar cheese into your mashed potato. Then you take a potato masher and just begin mashing the potato, the cheese and the margarine so that it mixes all together. Then we add in some milk, so that's about roughly 1/4 cup of milk. Here we have 1 cup of rice and we have soaked it in water for 30 minutes. Then we will take a pan and add 1 big cup of water into it and put it on high flame, and we will allow the water to come to a boil. Once your water has come to a boil, you add in 2 tablespoons of sunflower oil. Then you add 1 full teaspoon of salt. And then you add in your rice that you have drained the water from. Now we will mix the rice a little bit, and you need to make sure that the water that you've added is enough so that your rice is fully submerged, and it's not too less that you see that the rice is not covered with water. We will allow the rice to cook on high heat and we will leave it to boil. After a couple of minutes you will notice that your rice will look something like this. And then you continue mixing and you continue stirring until you start noticing that the water from the rice has started to dry up. Once your rice starts looking like this and most of the water has dried up, it is time for you to leave your pan on low heat now, and you let it cook for another 5 minutes and then your rice would be ready. So now we come on to the preparation for the mushroom sauce. So you finally chop up 5 cloves of garlic, and then you chop up 1/4 of an onion. And then you will need 8 to 9 mushrooms, and you just finely chop them up as well. Next we will take a pan and place it on medium heat and add 3 tablespoons of sunflower oil. In the pan goes in our garlic, and then goes in the onion. You continue cooking for like another 30 seconds to a minute, and then you add in your mushrooms. So you continue cooking your mushrooms until they start releasing some water and they turn into like a darker brown colour. Now at this stage what you can do is that if you want a more smoother sauce, you can put it into a blender and then re-add it back into the pan to continue cooking. But we decided not to do that because we had already finely chopped our mushrooms. Once most of the water has dried out of the mushrooms, you move your mushrooms to the side of the pan, and then we add in 1 tablespoon of butter and then some oil, so around about 1.5 tablespoons of sunflower oil, and then we will add 2 teaspoons of plain flour. Now we will cook the flour, making sure that we don't cause it to turn into like a really dark colour. And now we will mix the mushrooms and the flour all together, and we add just over half a cup of water. Now you can add milk instead if you would like, but we decided to just stick with water. You change your flame to high and you continue cooking until your sauce starts to thicken. So after 5 minutes your rice is all ready and they would look like this after they've been cooked. Now we add in half teaspoon of black pepper into our mushroom sauce, and then we will add in half teaspoon of salt, all according to your taste. If you used milk instead of water, you don't have to do this last step and you continue cooking until your sauce is ready. However, because we used water, the last step is to add in any fresh cream. So we decided to go with double cream, but if you don't have double cream, you can use single cream as well. Now we will add in 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce into our mushroom sauce, and we mix it all together for another like 30 seconds to a minute, and your sauce is ready and we will just set it aside. We take 2 chicken breast pieces and slice each of them in half to make 4 pieces, and we've put them in a Ziploc bag, and we just take a meat tenderizer and just flatten them all out. After taking the chicken out of the Ziploc bag, we will now take some salt and sprinkle some over the chicken. And then we will take some black pepper and sprinkle that over as well. Then we will flip the sides of the chicken and do exactly the same, whereby we add the salt and then also the black pepper. Now we will take a pan and put it on medium to high heat, and we will put some oil into the pan. So we've taken about 1 tablespoon worth of oil. Now we just add in the chicken pieces into the pan, and we will cook these 3 to 4 minutes on each side. If you start noticing that your chicken doesn't easily come off of the pan, what you can do is that you can add a little bit of oil so that it doesn't stick as much and you can easily like flip the side. If you're still facing problems with the chicken sticking to the pan, you can add the juice of half a lemon and cover it up with a lid and let it cook so that it can all become soft and moist, and then when you open it, it will be a bit more easier for it to like come off of the pan, and then you can flip the sides to cook the other side for another 3 to 4 minutes. We decided to plate up in a steak sizzling plate, which we heated up on the stove. Definitely give this recipe a try, guys. It was so tasty and yummy. The sauce was so creamy, the mash was cheesy, the chicken was moist, and the rice was nice and soft. We hope you guys enjoyed our video for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe. If you have any recipe ideas, please do leave them in the comments below. And we will catch you next time with a new recipe.